Hey guys, welcome to This Is Not a Date podcast. I'm Keith.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Callison.
And this week we learned that the floor is lava, the guys don't know how to sing, and everyone still does not like Noah.
Oh, poor Noah.
Let's get into it. Before we get started, let's cut to the teaser clip of this week's episode.
Who's gonna put it all on the line for Tayshia?
It's the most exhilarating thing I've ever been a part of. I never thought this was gonna happen.
To the best woman that I've ever met in my life.
We're both biracial, and we have this beautiful love story developing.
I am crushing on Tayshia, and I have not wanted to end. It's a good feeling coming into this with a rose. Here you are, again, stirring the pot.
Call out some names in the room. Did you say one word to us? No.
No, I've done it in front of people. I'm not on The Babysitter, I'm on The Bachelorette.
If anybody has a problem, talk to that person.
That's easy to say now. There's zero chance that you end up with Tayshia. Everyone here knows it. She will know it very soon. We're done talking now?
Dude, I want to go at this guy.
Can I get everybody in this room, please? If you guys are trying to just start drama in the house for no reason, I'll gladly walk you outside.
Okay, so what do you guys think? First impressions?
There's a lot. There's a lot to dig into. I think it's like they touched on each bit of drama just a little bit because there was so much going on. So it felt very skippy to me. But do you want to start off with what started?
The very first thing that happened? What was the very first thing that happened?
We start out with the group date, but it turns into a one-on-one date. Yep.
So who was on this group date?
Bennett, Ivan, Blake, Riley, DeMar, Zac, and Kenny.
Okay, so on this group date, it is Listen to Your Heart Season 2.
Listen to your heart.
Could love
I might be falling for you.
and music
It was sexy, it was passionate.
make for the perfect duet?
It took some time to come around.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Everyone has to write a love
Definitely.
song, and they have to play some instruments or whatever they want to do to kind of get their passionate love story told across.
And they only got an
Yeah.
hour to do all that, which is
that's plenty of time.
yeah.
For
I feel
an
like that was a
amateur,
little
that's more than
bizarre.
enough time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
gosh.
guess so. But with all the other time that they just have sitting around, like 1 hour to get a song out, it's kind of crazy. But they did well. They did.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bennett rapped.
Sure.
Bennett
For an hour.
rapped.
Bennett rapped, and he was so proud of himself.
Said night one, no pressure, Tayshia. I'm taking you home to meet you.
Yeah, he thought he was going to win that with
He's like,
his.
I got this with my rap.
So-
Blake absolutely had zero musical.
But he played the most
talent.
instruments.
Yeah,
He used
that's
like
true.
every single one.
He used his resources. He's like, let me just do that. Oh, yep. All right.
Yeah, he was like trying to pick him up like really quick. It's like,
I think he broke the string on the what's not a
The
ukulele.
ukulele.
It was like a ukulele, but I think it wasn't.
Ukulele-
Maybe it was a ukulele.
I don't know.
It looked ukulele-like.
Yeah, it did.
Broke a
But
string.
That's not important.
A little bit more time now, baby.
But broke the string and used tons of instruments. Whose song did you guys like best out of all those?
I liked Ivan's and DeMar's. I actually liked DeMar's better than
Really?
Ivan's, even though Ivan won
Ivan got the- yeah.
But I think Ivan won mainly because of how he brought Tayshia up to like
Didn't
be closer with him.
DeMar play the guitar?
Yeah.
Mocha latte, she stole my breath on the hottest summer.
Yeah, I like DeMar, I think, more than
Yeah.
Ivan. I think
Yeah.
Ivan just had that because he brought Tayshia up kind of thing going for him.
Yeah.
But
His was more like sentimental too.
yeah.
DeMar like actually had like a beat and it was like
He
good
was,
words.
I think
He
DeMar
had
did
the
the best
best
because he was the most
song.
musically talented.
Yeah, that's
which isn't much of a bar to,
No.
to compete
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. And then, so as you said, Ivan got the group date rose. And then it goes into them all hanging out after that, right? Is that?
Yeah, so he wins the one-on-one date with Tayshia.
Ivan.
Ivan does. Yep.
Ivan is.
And then we go into all of a sudden the floor's lava.
The floor is lava.
Floor is lava,
I
yeah.
really wish
Which
they
is
would have.
super cute.
It was a cute date for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really liked the whole not having to go out someplace and just kind of keep the day in.
Yeah.
Do their own thing.
Like
Floor
a
is
home-
lava. Play some
homebody.
games.
Yeah.
Do their thing. He seemed really nervous though. They're knocking on that door.
Yeah.
Like before he knocked on the door, he heard like the little stutters in his breath. Like,
Oh, really? I didn't see that part.
There she is.
or or something like that, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was very sweet. I think one thing that I think about Ivan that I didn't know about Ivan before, because we don't see a lot of him kind of before this point. I mean, we see a little bit, but
a little bit.
Not a lot of in-depth Ivan time. And I think that Ivan kind of reminds me of Brendan. Is it Brendan? Brendan? How they're both kind of quiet, they're a little bit more reserved. But I think Ivan has a little bit on Brendan in that I think he's a little bit fuller, a little bit deeper with what he's got, like as a package of a man. And I think it was so ironic while they were on the date. I believe it was while they were on the date that Brendan and Noah were talking about like what she wants in a guy, and they're gonna have to figure out whether or not she wants like a loud, confident guy or outgoing guy or a quiet guy. And he's getting a say on that. He's like, I don't know, maybe, you know, we're going to find out. But I thought that was funny that they were both talking about that while they were on the group date, kind of back and forth. It flipped to them commenting on it.
But the floor's lava, and they actually forget the menu. And I laughed at that part. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no.
You did this on purpose. Yeah. And that massive ice cream thing at the end, I was like, who's eating that?
And
That's a waste.
Did you see like it dripping, like it was melting off?
Yeah.
I was like, oh no,
can I get on that?
that's too much ice cream.
There's no way they like needed that much.
No,
like what was
it
the
was
point
all
of
for
all
the
of that
show.
ice cream?
I mean, they're not doing all these extravagant dates that they normally do, so I guess they're just putting all their money in on the ice cream there. So what happens after that?
Well, Tayshia kind of talks about Ivan like
Pillow
saying,
fight.
Like, they have a pillow fight, and she says that, or he says that Tayshia brings out the best in him, which was really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they go outside and they kind of like have more of like a heart to heart outside, and they talk about like his home life, and his brother like went to jail and he really struggled with it.
Yeah.
And Tayshia like started crying with him.
A lot of emotional moments.
Yeah. And has there been anybody else that's kind of like opened up that much yet?
Well, that
with
one
her?
guy.
The guy with Claire.
demons.
With Claire. That's what I was going to say. The guy with the demons. I think that's the only one.
But he didn't really
remember.
open up at all. He just said, "I got demons."
Yeah, I got
That
some
is
demons.
That's all I got.
But yeah, he definitely did open it up on camera.
Yeah.
I think there was quite a bit of almost opening up. I forget, there was someone else that just began to open up that was like, I don't feel comfortable about. This is kind of hard to talk about. Oh, it was Bennett, I believe, later on. He tried to open up a little bit.
Oh.
About what?
He was saying that he had been engaged previously.
Oh yeah. He struggled.
Yeah.
He struggled really hard.
Yeah.
With that.
I think he didn't really want to talk about it, but he got that airtime to do so, and he did. He shared. His past.
He heard about how successful Ivan was with opening up. And
he's like, well, might as well try that.
Here's my moment.
Yeah, but on that one-to-one, they also talked about the race and all the things that have been happening in 2020, and I think that got her to open up, and we see a whole nother side of Tayshia in that moment. And I think it was revealing to her. I think it was a big moment where she grew, and I think the fact that she got to share that with Ivan was probably pretty special for her. So yeah, I like that part for sure. Okay, so after that,
he gets a rose.
She
gives him
of course
the rose.
gets a rose.
And then
What if he didn't get the rose?
Oh, imagine.
Oh my gosh, I'd be pissed.
Goodbye.
We had a great moment.
I'm not feeling it with you anymore.
I don't like your ears. No, he's got great ears.
Like your ears.
Something stupid.
Specifically.
Just specifically ears. And then
Group date.
Yes. Yeah. So of course Noah didn't get on it.
This is like I didn't really realize this watching the first time around, but looking back, this is actually the part 2 of the group date from the first time. So they did the musical things. It's actually the same exact guys from the first group date to the second group date, which is actually so it looks like it's part 2 of the first group date.
Really?
Same guys except for Noah.
So it's the next day.
I think it's the next, because Noah, they did their little ice cream thing with Ivan. The next day, now the guys were like, okay, here's your real group date. Because the first group date, they only did like 5 minutes of performance, and that was it.
Which was
like
not
they
great.
had to win for the one-on-one.
They had to win. This is a winning for the one-on-one, but don't worry, we got you guys. You got a real group date tomorrow.
And then we also see like a little, that's not the word for it. Like a preview of what happens in the future with the whole Noah Bennett situation. But I think Bennett said something along the lines of like, you're greedy, like you want more than you should get.
He kept on. Was that actually played again at the rest of the episode where he said that you're greedy and that kind of thing?
I think the greedy thing happened whenever they found out about the group date.
Because I was expecting after that preview that for Noah to show up in the next group date again.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But nothing actually happened with that, and I was like, oh.
Because I didn't understand why he was calling him greedy.
So I think that was just like referencing back to the last group date or whatever he barged into.
I thought that was interesting too because I was expecting
something to happen, and I think everyone probably was like expecting Noah to show up on the next date, which would have been fun, but it didn't happen.
And if you really put yourself in Noah's position, like that's what he should be wanting to do. He should be wanting time and that experience, and for Bennett to say that he's being greedy, like that's why he's there.
Noah's doing all the right things, but
but everyone hates him for it.
We're on the group date. What is this group date about?
Truth or Dare.
Truth or Dare, yeah. And
it's a Truth or Dare scavenger hunt.
And it's mostly dares on the first.
Wait, yeah, what was the truths?
I don't know.
Was
later.
the proposal?
The truth was later. Remember? It was, they
Keep going.
It was in the group date, like after date sort of thing, and not cocktail party. It was casual. And then she said, this is where we reveal the truths. And whenever she had the one-on-ones with the guys, she would ask like kind of deeper questions. And that's
just like a normal conversation.
Yeah, but hard questions for sure.
Yeah.
Like what I think one of them was what would be something that your ex would warn me about.
I didn't realize that was really part of the date.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember. Yeah. Things like that.
And then, because I was Blake, and then Blake was all like, my exes love me.
Oh, God. I don't even want to get into that with Ed.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't
Blake.
Blake.
Oh, sorry, Blake.
Okay, but
the
back to the dare portion. This is the Truth or Dare. This is the dare portion of the group date.
Becca, Kufrin, and Sydney. I don't know her last name.
Two best friends. Yeah.
They came to visit, help them out. It was more like this like fun little girl time, just harassing the guys with a megaphone.
Yeah, it definitely felt like fun little girl.
So they drank some gross smoothies, which seems like a normal occurrence for most people in LA.
What was the one that Damar ate or drank? It was like
something intestine,
tomato, cow intestine, and then like a scorpion.
Water scorpion, specifically water scorpion.
All the way down.
Cow intestine, water and scorpion.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a water type of scorpion.
Ugh.
Maybe wonder about what that would look like.
Bennett is wearing a knee brace.
There's a couple of knee braces going on in this episode. It wasn't just Bennett. Yeah.
Are these guys just a bunch of big babies?
Because these guys are all football players and they all hurt their knees during the show, during their season of football.
And then my favorite part of that group date with the dares.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna say.
The sex sounds that kill me.
Oh!
I think the first round was the best because it was just like no one knew what was going on. It was on loudspeaker and people were just like, "What the?
What is actually happening right now?"
And you go do that for 1 minute.
Yeah, but they went all out, and I think Blake and Kenny's were golden. They were hilarious.
Yeah.
Just the awkwardness of it all.
And the other guys like that weren't on the date, they were like reacting to it.
That was the best bit.
And Easy is like, that Blake needs to go to church.
He get his butt.
He's got some demons.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
And then the next part was Chris Harrison had to sign someone's bottom or something.
Yeah,
it looked like he signed his leg.
All their bottoms.
Like the side of his leg.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
some people copped out.
Side leg in darkness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the last big dare was them professing their feelings.
Yes.
And we see
they had to eat a pepper.
Oh, yeah.
That was worse.
Pepper, they have to eat a pepper. And then
so
they're crying in the middle of it. They're already a little emotional.
I wouldn't have made it very far.
Kenny was
me neither.
Dying.
Cracked pepper is too bad for me. I don't know. I would not have done that. Yeah. But I really liked how that, I guess, made Bennett's character expand a little bit more. We see a little bit more of...
He's getting more serious.
Yeah, a little bit deeper Bennett. He felt something.
I have like bipolar personality disorder with Bennett.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I don't...
bipolar disorder.
Well, you go back and forth.
You think Bennett is bipolar?
No.
Or you're bipolar.
I'm bipolar for Bennett.
I would agree with that.
I don't think
he's really cute.
Like, sometimes I'm
he's
like,
worse.
shut up. You're like, and then sometimes it's like he's super weird, and then other times it's like, well, he's like super normal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel. So like this episode, I felt like he was more normal.
Yeah.
And I could agree with him more.
But at the end, he came back to his dramatic ways where he was just like all uppity and like, always trying to make drama and always trying to like act like he's above everyone else, which I hate about Bennett. But you're right. He does have some really redeemable moments in this episode. And I think that moment was one of them. And he felt those emotions and then afterwards was able to talk to her a little bit about it at the pool and express his feelings in a way that he said he hadn't felt that way since he was 18 years old, which is huge to say, especially on national TV.
He's falling more for Tayshia than he probably, or he said he was falling more for Tayshia than he had expected to.
Which is cute. Like, that it was just sudden and all of a sudden his heart felt.
And I was like, that's where I was like, is he normal? Like,
I don't know. Are you a normal person, Bennett?
That seems like someone normal would say.
But some people are like completely different humans around men versus women.
Oh.
So he might be one of those like intense personality changes where cute and cuddly with Tayshia, but then like hates all men kind of thing. But he doesn't really hate all men, but you know, his personality change.
He just believes he's above everyone.
Maybe.
It's with everything. He always brings Harvard into it.
Yeah, he likes that. That's his
intelligence.
Harvard is a personality trait.
Yeah.
And big words and like, there was a point he also said like, there are 3 elements to emotional intelligence. Oh, yeah. You are lacking 2. That's later though. No one. I was like, typical Bennett, like trying to like teach everyone.
I remember this is the past season, okay, but this the emotional intelligence thing was brought up in the past season, and that went way overboard. Where
I remember that.
Where I think it wasn't it Corinne? I don't remember, but someone was calling someone out on emotional intelligence.
Oh,
and they
yes.
just got really
I remember
offended.
that. Oh, that was a deep memory.
No, it wasn't. But they got super offended by the emotional intelligence comment kind of thing.
Yeah.
That I didn't know if you had the maturity or the emotional intelligence or the coping skills to deal with stuff. Emotional intelligence?
Anyway, so emotional intelligence, sometimes brought up to the wrong people, will get them really offended. But,
I think with anyone,
but Bennett,
no one wants to
Bennett like worded it
question on their
differently though.
emotional
He didn't actually say you didn't have emotional intelligence. He just said you're lacking 3.
Yeah, you're lacking 2 of 3 elements of, which is essentially just a fancy way of dissing someone.
Blake's good at, not Blake. Bennet's really good at dissing people in a very strange
fancy
way. People don't really know if they should be offended or not.
I never have heard that.
But he's like, that was kind of mean, I guess.
It was Taylor and Corinne.
And then like Taylor got like a lot of heat from that comment
funny.
though too. Like, and like
she got sent home.
Yeah.
Taylor was
did a
very
2-on-1 and Taylor ended up getting
like
sent
her
home.
entire like life got like shamed because of that comment essentially.
Taylor did?
Yeah.
I was backing her. I mean, she was a little bit uppity too, but she's smart. You know, she earned the. Was she a psychologist?
Huh?
She was a psychologist or something, right?
Something like that.
Therapist?
Again, counselor? Yeah. But you wouldn't, as a counselor, you wouldn't approach a situation like that. So I'm sure that's probably why she got.
I just loved Corinne. I thought she was just.
Oh, you liked her?
Yeah, I loved her. I
thought
she was hilarious.
Oh, she's definitely entertaining. I don't know if I'd hang out with her. But so Zac C and Tayshia have a moment in that group date going back. And so I think it was after Bennett and her had that time. And they were sitting in a hot tub. And all of a sudden, I start watching Tayshia's face, and he's kind of all over, like touching her and putting their hands together, and they're having this moment, but it keeps panning to Tayshia, and her face is very like not normal Tayshia. Tayshia's usually smiling and like, oh really, like, oh yes, like when you think that she's engaged, but she had a very dead face, like she was just like.
But he got the rose.
But he got the rose. That's what was so confusing to me.
Yeah, I was confused too. I was not feeling Zac at all.
Yeah, I thought she was uncomfortable. If anything, I thought she just felt like it was too much, or if she was in her own head. But then he got the rose. So, and I think she said something along the lines of, she felt very comfortable with him. So maybe she didn't feel like she had to put on that like, hi, it's Tayshia, like sort of thing.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet the more uncomfortable she is, probably the more smile she puts on.
Maybe.
And the more
maybe
comfortable
it's the
she
opposite
is, the
for
less, the more resting face
Yeah.
she'll give.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Peace.
I'm personally not a fan of Zac.
Yeah.
Nothing against him. It's just like, Zac. You
I'm
so
with
many
you.
other options.
Yeah, he kind of creeped me out.
But I nothing against him, but it's just like,
yeah, I'm with you on that. And then I think, so Zac C gets the rose, and then I'm pretty sure it was right after that we see the scene where I believe it was Ben and Ed. They both, it starts with Ben.
This is probably the best scene in the show.
It was so cringy. You're like, they both gonna knock at the same time, or is one of them gonna interrupt the other?
It was a lot of like on the edge, like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
They've never really done that in past seasons, like that kind of
like going
suspense.
in the middle.
Yeah, it was very suspenseful
in the show, but
yeah, they both go in the middle of the night to go sneak some time with Tayshia because they felt like, maybe they need a little bit more time and they were going to do this risky thing, but they had the exact same plan. And I just think it's hilarious that of all people, it's going to be Ed to throw himself in the middle of it. I'm just like, get out of there, Ed.
What was
I
his
was like,
reason?
no, not Ed.
What was his reason for going to?
Well, because here's the thing with Ed is he knows that every time he talks to her, it's always about the other guys.
Yeah.
So he actually wants to talk to her about maybe himself this one time.
That's it.
Do you guys think that he was guided to Chris's house? Like that he was not given instructions on purpose?
Yeah, I wouldn't, but he didn't seem like...
Or directions on purpose?
I want to say yes, but he didn't seem like upset with anyone when he got to Chris's house. It was more like upset with himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, cameraman.
That's true. That's true. Well, at least he didn't see that. But he chilled out with Chris
Tayshia home?
I just came by, just wanted to get a quick chat with Tayshia if she's around.
This is my room.
Oh, this is... I thought this was
Tayshia's not here, man. She's like, on the other side of the entire resort.
Yeah, that was funny. And they just had wine or whatever with Chris.
I wasn't expecting him to stay and talk to Chris. I would have just left, but that's
was funny.
too.
That's the sort of thing that you'd see at the very end of the episode where they're having just like a funny moment. But that happened, and he never actually made it to Tayshia's place. He couldn't find it.
No.
But Mr. Ben, he got some good quality time, and Tayshia forgave him for not taking her aside earlier in that date previously where she,
and it was legit, like one-on-one date, essentially.
Yeah, it was.
No one knew
spoke
about.
for a while.
It was great time for him.
And he got another, when I thought Ed actually showed up at his house, it was actually the room service that showed up.
Yeah.
Another
I was like,
trick.
the timing on that is crazy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them just in the mic, like, go, 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 now they're kissing.
Yeah, it was shocking. I thought it was definitely going to be Ed, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that was a really good, like, behind the scenes smile. You know that was
What did they have?
Planned.
What was the room service?
I think it was champagne and strawberries.
But then
strawberries.
Yeah.
I think you're right on the strawberries.
Okay, that was
I think we should go back just a little bit back to the back to the group date. So Blake has had no good relationships with his exes, or he has good relationships with all of his exes.
He loves all his exes.
Yeah, but I'd love someone to come forward.
I have great relationships with all my exes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
I would love an ex to come
Wait,
forward.
what does that mean?
Like,
and
who
fact check
dated
it.
Blake.
Okay. You want...
I also want to know, like, what kind of girl dated Blake?
Yes. Same.
Is that a weird thing to think about? Like,
I don't doubt that Blake has a good relationship with his ex-girlfgirlfriends.
Oh, no,
I don't either.
I don't doubt it either, but...
It's almost like...
But you just doubt that he actually had a girlfriend to begin with?
No. That's not it.
Yeah. All my imaginary girlfriends tonight were so
Great
good.
relationships.
You got my best friend on friend zone.
We just need to get one of Blake's ex-girlfriends on the show.
Yeah,
she lives in Florida.
Come.
Maybe she lives... I doubt it. She's from Canada.
And... Okay.
And then back to Zac. He said that he knows he's ready for marriage. He doesn't think he is. He just knows.
Yeah. That was weird.
I
thought it was like, I know.
I mean, that's good
How
for
he
Tayshia,
said
though.
it. The words were fine.
But
didn't
he also be like 5 kids?
Yeah, but that's what Tayshia wants.
Yeah, I know exactly. So he's listening for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows she wants 5
kids. He's
kids.
in it. He wants it. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
He said that him and Tayshia seem great together and that it's like real feelings at this point, which is good to know.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be a front runner?
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
Yep.
Don't love his face. It just, I don't know. It looks like
But
someone punched
he wants
him and
the
it just
5
stayed.
kids.
Zac, Ben, Zac, Ben, and Ivan are, I think, are the front
Zac.
runners right now.
What about Brendan?
Ben
Do you think he's
and
still
Ivan.
good?
I forgot about
Who?
him.
Right?
Who?
He popped up a little later.
Brendan. I forgot about him because
Oh
he
yeah,
wasn't
he
on
was-
this episode.
Yeah. So essentially, every guy that Tayshia talks to, we think is a good match for
Yeah,
Tayshia.
basically.
Yeah.
But and
She
on
makes
that
it seem
date,
like it.
on that date, she was asking like really good questions to the guys.
No,
Like,
I was like,
I
I
feel
was
like
thinking about writing them down and using them in future circumstances.
like usually on The Bachelor, it's like, what are your plans for the future?
Yeah.
Where do you see your life in 5 years?
Well, these guys already have like their careers kind of set now, so those are kind of like weird questions to ask.
Yeah.
But like, what will your mom say about you in 5 years?
Yeah. I'm sure she planned that because it was a part of the truth date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they should do that more often because it was like a
They
good
were
date.
really
She like
good.
got good
Yeah.
information from the guys.
Maybe she will. Maybe she'll take that as like, wow, like that worked. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But anything else on the group date that stood out to you? No.
So we're cutting back to Ed and Ben, or we're past Ed and Ben
We're
now?
past that.
Well, then we talked about Ben with Tayshia a little bit.
Mhm. How do you think their compatibility is?
I think that's really good.
I think
Really?
I think he's up there.
Yeah.
And I think she appreciated him coming to see her because if it was like someone, I think if Ed would have showed up, she probably wouldn't have been as interested.
Why do you think Tayshia is so like, I guess, nervous around Ben?
Because
she likes him. Yeah.
But it's
You're only
like,
nervous around people that
maybe
you are
he
like.
reminds her of like some past relationship that she's had. I think that's what she said as well. Like I've dated, like you're bad. You're a bad boy, or like whatever. And I think that maybe because she's been hurt by that type that's so smooth talking, so says all the right things, like she said, that she's gonna get hurt by falling into that trap. Like she feels like it's a trap because it's so great. And so I think hopefully Ben won't let her down. I don't think he will. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
But yeah, that
never
was my
know.
insight on it. And then after all that happened with Ben, I think it flashes to the cocktail party, right?
yeah. So the next,
Yes, it does.
so the next thing happens is the cocktail party, which starts with normal conversations, blah blah blah. This happens, that happens. Any good conversations before it goes sideways?
Well, Ben takes Tayshia's
Yeah.
side, and he was
That's
like,
one thing to
"Oh,
do.
good thing
Yeah.
the guys don't know that I went
yeah,
and talked to
because the
Tayshia
guys
the
were
night
all
before."
for like, yeah, good for Ben. He didn't get any talking time.
Yeah, little do they know.
He's like, God, I hope they don't figure
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah.
So that was really the only thing besides the huge thing that we all saw, which
And then
was
Brendan
Noah's.
get another conversation, I think, with Tayshia
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
that's true. We said that's the one time we see Brendan.
And then
Noah.
we talked to Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah.
And he's a little gossip queen in that one.
You don't think? Unfortunate for him.
Are you
none
pro?
of
Are you for Noah?
I'm for Noah.
I'm
not
halfway. I flip flop, like you said.
I do think if I was on this show right now, I would be friends with Noah.
I think I would too.
I would have his back. He didn't throw anyone on the bus specifically. She asked for names. She didn't give anyone any names.
Yeah.
Like who specifically?
He's on
is,
Ed.
like, right. He's not throwing anyone under the bus. And I mean, I don't like the way he worded things and made Tayshia feel bad about herself.
Yeah.
I wish he wouldn't have done
either.
that.
I don't think it was intentional. I
think-
think it was probably his.
I don't get.
It's a projection of how he felt.
Right. But Noah's got a lot to learn when it comes to
Yeah.
causing drama in the house.
Yeah.
There is some truth to the fact that he's just a little bit younger.
He's a little bit younger.
Yeah.
He's fun.
much
I think
younger?
Tayshia likes him.
Her.
Yeah. Him, her.
But yeah, I'm a pro Noah.
Yeah.
I'm just confused. Like, why don't the guys like him? Because he jumped the fence?
There's got to be more that we don't
These
see.
guys are just. There's always a lot of jealousy going on.
Like, I've been here longer.
Yeah.
I don't
hate
know.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's so territorial.
He is
It
the
is
new guy.
territorial, that's what it is.
But like, when confronting with the guys, they said, "You just talk to me." Do you really think he was able to actually talk to any of these people? And even if he did talk to these people,
Yeah,
no one was going to listen to him
responsive.
anyways.
And they showed clips like from like earlier in the show where he would like try and talk to one of the guys and they'd get up and leave, or they'd say something like incredibly rude to him and he'd be like, "Okay."
The only person who was a good
Yeah.
listener was Joe.
That's true.
Joe was good at listening.
I hate that he left.
Joe was a good listener. He was everyone's friend in that show. And even Noah felt comfortable talking and confiding in Joe. But yeah, I don't think, no matter what Noah would have said before talking to the guys, it wouldn't have mattered. Like,
Yeah.
the guys are still going to dislike him. They're going to dislike him even more.
He couldn't do anything right at that
Yeah.
point.
So-
It was just public enemy number one after that point.
Noah said that the guys were questioning why she gave the rose to him.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
I remember that happening.
I mean, it's not, he worded it very strongly, but it's more like, in a way, I guess they probably mentioned those kind of things, but in a way also not really.
It must have been something that we haven't seen behind the scenes, like that talk, you know, that all the talk that they have when they're not going on these dates.
But
it must have come up.
But it's more like this kind of thing where like, why would Tayshia give Noah the rose? It's like that. Like, are you questioning Tayshia?
You know, I when you said that, I think I remember Bennett saying something along those lines, like, "Oh, he's not in it. He's not going to be here for long. She's just trying to, you know, do something." I think he
Bennett
said
specifically said something like that.
I think he
did.
did.
It sounds
yeah.
like a Bennett thing to say.
Yeah, it's definitely a Bennett thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure all these things actually were said.
Yeah.
But
and so of course this makes her very, very upset, and she takes it to the extreme. She gets everyone together and has that conversation. Of course, they're all mad at him, but she says canceling the cocktail party.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be questioning me, like, I'll gladly walk you outside.
Bennett kind of went at him a little bit, and I was proud of Bennett. But then again, like, don't know whose side I'm on.
Noah, can you imagine having an argument with a 14-year-old? That's how I feel right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? You're like, am I pro Bennett?
Why are you proud of Bennett?
He was more mature than he normally is. He like said the right things, like
But then the whole like,
I don't
I'm
even
not here
remember what he
to
said.
breastfeed Noah, and a couple other choice comments that were just kind of like,
yeah. And then Ed says if he doesn't get a rose, it's Noah's fault. Like, it's not Noah's fault.
You just know that Bennett and Ed had just had a powwow and like talking crap about him, and they've been doing this for a while. And so Ed, of course, Mr. Robin, to his Batman, is like ready to.
And these guys thinking that their conversation during the cocktail party is going to change Tayshia's mind about you. She already knows she doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, or you're not a good match for her.
Yeah.
That
she had
time
an
you have
idea.
at the cocktail party isn't going to help.
And she wouldn't have canceled it if she really needed a certain time with and felt something for those people to try to have that time.
Do you think Noah should have went back to Tayshia after she canceled it to try to like get her to uncancel it or like console her?
He could have.
Like,
but I think
or someone should have done something, you know?
Maybe. I think it could have gone better than it did. But somehow they still ended up at the rose ceremony, and everyone was confused and didn't know what was going to happen. And we see Jason, Joe, Jordan, and Kenny and Ed all kind of on the chopping block for that final rose.
And Ed, for some reason, got it.
Why? And why did Blake get one too?
Are we questioning Tayshia's roses?
Yes. Are we questioning our intentions?
Are you only
She's
giving
just
Ed
doing it for
the
show?
rose for
Joe
the show?
is a eligible bachelor.
Yes, and so is I think.
Well, I mean, they all are.
Well, I don't know why
But,
she wouldn't have
like,
cut Jason.
I'm okay with her
before.
letting Jordan go home, but the rest of them.
Kenny's and Jordan. Yeah, I think they were all good contenders, but Ed? What? Tayshia? Ed? I don't know what she sees in him. I really don't.
Maybe we're missing some conversations. Maybe they're talking more about just the other guys. Maybe she needs that guy, the gossip guy.
That's what I think it might be.
Exactly it.
And so we are here questioning her intentions and her,
keep him here
her
so he
choices.
actually tells me about the other guy.
She needs some insight.
He's a pot stirrer.
Tell me about
That's
Noah.
actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have a person that you trust. Not you really should trust Ed, but
She should have
that can give you
trusted
some.
Joe over Ed, but then she probably would have felt bad for using him.
But Joe definitely wouldn't give her any good. She wouldn't give. Joe wouldn't give any good information.
Yeah, he wouldn't spill the tea.
He would be like,
he'd be more genuine.
Great people.
Yeah. You're
Everyone's
a really nice
good on
guy.
the
They all have
inside.
good intentions.
Is he the one that was like, "You're a really nice guy"?
Yeah, you look really nice.
He was. How do you feel about Noah? Great person. How do you feel about Ed?
Awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
He's great too.
We're all great.
I really hope we see Joe in paradise.
Oh yeah, for sure. He needs to
Yeah.
come to paradise.
He needs to find
Or be
a nice little lady.
a future bachelor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe. And so, of course, Ed gets the final rose, which again blows my mind, blows all of our minds. And then we kind of see the preview for the next episode. Yeah, didn't it jump in?
Yeah, I kind of glossed it over a little bit. I saw a little bit of horror thing going on, a horror theme.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Something happens. I'm not sure. I'll wait till next week to really kind of dive in deep into that. And then we have the after during the credits with more Ed and Chris.
And
they were enjoying a glass of wine together.
Oh, because Ed tells Chris that he should knock on the door.
Yeah.
He's like, you kind of barge into our room all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm
insight.
so sorry. Won't happen again.
Funny. I really like that conversation.
Yeah. Chris is really funny in this. I mean, in this episode and this season, really, he's kind of played a little bit more of a.
I feel like because he's not allowed to go home, he's just kind of.
He has to be part of it.
She's gonna be more involved than normal.
By the pool.
Yeah.
It's crab. So that is it for this episode. Go to thisisnotadaypodcast.com to buy some sexy merch.
And you can listen on Apple Podcasts and all other platforms.
And don't forget to check us out next Wednesday for episode 8 of The Bachelorette.
Bye.